In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 NBA games happening on October 7th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Chicago Bulls versus Cleveland Cavaliers. The Chicago Bulls head to Cleveland for a Tuesday night matchup against the Cavaliers, and both teams enter with different kinds of early season challenges. Chicago is still searching for rhythm and consistency after a rocky preseason marked by uneven shooting and minor injuries, while Cleveland looks to maintain its defensive identity despite several absences in the backcourt. The Cavaliers are currently without Max Strus, who underwent foot surgery in late August and is expected to miss at least 3 months. His absence takes away a vital perimeter threat who stretched the floor and provided crucial spacing alongside Donovan Mitchell. Even more significant is the uncertainty around Darius Garland, who is still recovering from toe surgery. Though he's resumed light on-court work, team sources suggest he's unlikely to suit up for the early part of October. Without their starting point guard, the Cavs have leaned on Mitchell to facilitate more offense, while relying on Caris LeVert, Dean Wade, and Georges Niang to absorb extra minutes. The chemistry is still forming, but Cleveland's system under J.B. Bickerstaff remains structured and defense-first, anchored by Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley controlling the paint. For Chicago, the situation is less dire but still concerning. Patrick Williams rolled his ankle during practice last week, leaving his status questionable for this game. His absence, even if temporary, limits Chicago's flexibility defensively and puts more pressure on DeMar DeRozan and Nikola Vucevic to carry the scoring load. The Bulls' backcourt duo of Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu has shown flashes of speed and creativity, but they'll face a stiff test against Cleveland's perimeter pressure and interior defense. Expect Chicago to push pace early to avoid half-court battles where Mobley and Allen thrive, but sustaining that tempo on the road is easier said than done. The Cavaliers' advantage lies in their familiarity at home and their ability to grind games down into defensive contests. Even without Strus and Garland, their depth, with players like Wade and Niang stepping into expanded roles, keeps them competitive. The Bulls, meanwhile, tend to rely on isolation scoring, which can stagnate against Cleveland's disciplined rotations. If Chicago's three-point shooting isn't sharp, the Cavs can pull away late behind Mitchell's scoring and Mobley's interior dominance. With Cleveland's defensive consistency and home energy likely to dictate pace, I lean toward the Cavaliers taking care of business in front of their fans. As our first pick for this matchup, the Cleveland Cavaliers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both teams have shown they can score in spurts, but stylistically this matchup favors slower possessions and tighter defense. Cleveland will try to limit fast breaks, control rebounds, and wear Chicago down inside. The Bulls, meanwhile, may struggle to generate sustained scoring runs against one of the league's best rim-protecting duos. Even if Mitchell gets hot, this game projects to hover below the expected scoring line, especially in the second half when rotations tighten. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Indiana Pacers versus Minnesota Timberwolves. The Indiana Pacers head to Target Center to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves in a matchup that highlights 2 teams heading in very different directions early in the season. Indiana is trying to find its new identity without its floor general, while Minnesota looks to build on its defensive dominance and home court advantage. This is the kind of cross-conference meeting that tests depth, discipline, and mid-October readiness. Indiana's season outlook changed dramatically with the loss of Tyrese Halliburton, who tore his Achilles tendon in the NBA Finals against Boston. The injury was devastating. Halliburton was not only the team's leading scorer and facilitator, but also the engine of their transition game and offensive tempo. In his absence, the offense shifts primarily to Pascal Siakam, who will be tasked with initiating sets from the high post and creating mismatches. Benedict Mathurin becomes the new perimeter focal point, while Andrew Nembhard steps in as the starting point guard. Nembhard has shown maturity in big moments, but facing a defense anchored centered by Rudy Gobert and flanked by elite defenders like Jaden McDaniels, presents a steep early season test. The Pacers still want to play fast. Even without Halliburton, they remain one of the league's pace setters, looking to push in transition, stretch defenses with shooting, and use motion to avoid getting bogged down in the half court. Obi Toppin and Aaron Nesmith provide bursts of athleticism off the bench, giving Indiana a chance to stay competitive during non-starter minutes. But their ability to finish inside will be tested heavily by Gobert, who remains one of the NBA's premier rim protectors. Minnesota, meanwhile, enters this game with confidence and defensive cohesion. Anthony Edwards is emerging as a full-fledged two-way star, capable of creating on offense and locking down on defense. His matchup with Mathurin should be one of the more dynamic one-on-one duels of the night. With Karl Anthony Towns now in New York, the offensive system runs more cleanly through Edwards, supported by spot-up shooting from Nickeil Alexander-Walker and the interior presence of Naz Reid. Minnesota's front court identity now leans on Reid's scoring touch and Gobert's defensive gravity. In terms of recent performance, Indiana struggled to generate consistent offense in the preseason without Halliburton, averaging under 107 points per game. Meanwhile, Minnesota has leaned into their defense-first identity, holding opponents to under 104 points per game at home over their final 10 regular season games last year, a trend that has continued into early October. The Timberwolves have won 6 of their last 8 home games against Eastern Conference opponents and return most of their rotation intact, which gives them an edge in chemistry and execution. Expect Anthony Edwards to dictate pace, Gobert to control the glass, and Minnesota's second unit, featuring Monty Morris and Kyle Anderson, to keep the pressure on when the starters rest. Indiana will need near-perfect nights from Siakam and Mathurin just to stay close. Given the injuries and the current balance of both teams, I'm going with the home team in this one. Their defensive structure, rebounding edge, and superior chemistry should be enough to carry them through this matchup. As our first pick for this matchup, the Minnesota Timberwolves to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Total's handicap in preseason hinges on substitution rhythm more than scheme. Both teams have reasons to run and test pace, and bench units on either side can add spurts of scoring volatility. Cleveland's short-term perimeter attrition could slow shot creation, yet Chicago's preference to push and the likelihood of extended second unit minutes raise the possession count. That balance points slightly upward. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.